Well, hello there everyone, my name is Amy, this is the Opinionated Woman, and welcome to everything I've crocheted in 2025 so far. I didn't do a video like this last year, I completely forgot to write down all of the different things I've made, but I really enjoy looking back on what I made, so I am doing that this year. So let's get into all the different creations that I made, starting with what I'm wearing right now, this purple sweater. So I'll put in a clip here of me like full length wearing the purple sweater so you can see. I used a YouTube tutorial, but it was more to actually just like see how to shape the neck here and how to do this specific stitch. It's one slip stitch, one half double crochet, one slip stitch, one half double crochet, blah blah blah, over and over again. But the sizing like wasn't very good on the pattern, so I ended up having to make panels that go here and up underneath the arm because it wouldn't have fit my chub, my belly and my hips, because I've got a belly and I've got wide hips, so I need to be able to fit properly into a sweater. So I put those panels in and luckily it came out looking absolutely fine. So I'm very chuffed with how, sorry, I'm playing with my hair a lot. I'm really chuffed with how it came out. Basically it was based around this gorgeous yarn, which I got from Aldirt Yarns. It's a local hand-dyed yarn that's based in Paris, in the Free State. And I could only afford 2 hanks. But I thought if I make it a panel, like and make it look like a design choice. If you can hear my golden retriever, she's making noises, but she's not getting let outside because it's noisy outside. So I took the hanks with me and I matched this purple, and I think it came out looking so good. I'm so happy with it. It's a perfect fit. It's so comfortable. It's just one of my favorite things that I've ever made. So yeah, that is the first thing that I completed in 2025. Then the next thing was for my small business, Real Gay Crochet. Anything that I mentioned that's for Real Gay Crochet is available on my Shopify, link down below. If you're international, so like not based in South Africa, send me a DM on Instagram or TikTok, and I can organize to ship to you because I can only do local shipping on Shopify at the moment, which is a bit frustrating. But we can sort out a way to get the products to you if you want them. So I worked on my mushroom bag. So you would have seen this in my Real Gay Crochet product video. So this is this little shoulder bag. It uses the, what is this called? Thermal stitch and it's got a different color mushroom on the back. It uses the thermal stitch as the strap so that it doesn't stretch as much, so it's got a lot more like bounce to it, so it's not going to stretch out the way like single crochets would. So she's got a little button, cute little mushroom to go with like the vibe of my mushroom sweater that I made last year. I'll link that vlog down below because making a sweater like that is very expensive, but if you want the vibe, the mushroom bag is the way to go. And I've made a bunch of these. I've sold a couple of them and I'm super proud of them. I think they're so cute. Let me let this golden retriever outside because she's being silly. Next thing I made was a gift for my mom, and that is bunghole covers. And you're asking me, what the fuck is a bunghole cover? It's basically something that fits in the porthole of a boat, and it acts like the curtain for your porthole so that people can't like just stare into your house. And my mom lives on a narrow boat in the UK, and she asked me if, because the bunghole covers that her boat came with are really ratty and old, so she asked me if I could crochet her some bunghole covers. And I managed to find this gorgeous pattern that would work perfectly. It was actually like a pattern for a bag, but I decided to make it into a bunghole cover, and this is how it came out. So it's probably easier if you can see it from there, this like cross stitch. So you go backwards and it creates this like crossing sort of stitch across it. And it's on basically some insulation foam, and then you pop it into the hole because you can see the silver. My mom is going to be painting she doesn't have all of it. She didn't give me all of the bung the bung covers themselves, because obviously that wouldn't fit in her suitcase. And she doesn't have all of them at the moment. So she's going to paint the background like a dark green, and then this is going to be it. So you just like pop that in your porthole and pop it back out again. And then I used a bunch of buttons that I've been given, like the ones that I wouldn't use for my mushroom bags because they're a little bit cheesy or like not so pretty. I put them in there because they're going to be in the porthole. So yeah, I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I did 6 of them. So I did 12 of all of these rounds, and then I made a join just to make them thicker, and then I made these overlapping panels. So that they could create the buttonholes. But yeah, I'm very chuffed with them. I'm going to give them to her next week when I go to Joburg to see my family. So she's going to have those in her house quite soon, in her boat, which is very cool. And it's just nice to have like something that my mom is going to be able to see every day. And I made it. Then I made this green beanie. So I wanted to make a beanie for some markets, even though like I've realized that winter markets are not it in Cape Town. Cape Townians don't like to leave the house when it's cold and when it's raining. So I haven't done very many markets, and so many of them kept on getting postponed because of weather. It was just like a whole thing. But I decided I had enough of the yarn that was left over from the bunghole covers, so I was like, I'm going to make a beanie. So this is Cheyenne Barton's pattern. I will link that down below. It's a really easy tutorial to follow if you want to make it for yourself. Put on a little pom-pom, and yeah, it's just like doesn't have a lot of bulk to it. I'm not going to put it on because it's going to mess up my hair, but that's a cutie patootie. Then, because I was doing a market in Pride, I wanted to make a Pride scrunchie. Also, there is a woman who I did Picnic and Thrift with the first time I did Picnic and Thrift, and she said that her daughter loves her pink scrunchie so much and she wants a rainbow one. So I was like, I'm going to figure out how to make a rainbow one, and I did. And I think it came out absolutely gorgeous. Like, it's easier to see when you put it on like this. But look at those colors. It's so cool. It takes so long to make, but they're so cute, and it's like perfect for Pride. So I'll definitely have a bunch of these when I do Pride next year, because I think they'll be popular. But yeah, I was really proud of myself for figuring out how to do this. And I think the colors, like the jewel tones, like really, really work. I didn't want pastels. I didn't want neons. I wanted jewel tones, and it, so good. Then another scrap yarn beanie. I decided to make something a bit more chunky. I used a slightly different pattern for this one. I'll link that pattern down below. This is scrap yarn from this sweater that I made for my mom last year. I had one more ball left, and I had just about exactly enough to make this chunky beanie, and I put a like little pom-pom on it, and it's really warm, and it's got some wool content in there where the other one's just acrylic. So this is a super, super warm beanie. And I just love the little flakes of color in there. I think it's so pretty. Yeah, so that was that beanie. And then the final finished project, or potentially finished project, that I have is this. And I'll put up this. I'll put up a clip of me holding it out here. So basically, as I said, I'm going to Joburg to see my family next week. As I'm filming this video will come out way after I've gone to see my family. But it's my grand's 80th birthday, and I wanted to make her something, and she's not a scarf person, she's not a hat person. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to make her a really lovely blanket that's going to keep her nice and warm, and because she gets very cold. So I used Charity Mega Chunky in the color Tea Berry. and I use the stitch, one single crochet, one double crochet, one single crochet, one double crochet. And it creates this beautiful texture, and it's really weighty and thick, and I think it's going to keep her nice and warm. I am taking one skein with me because I didn't want to make it too wide because I wanted to be able to fit in her wheelchair, but I didn't want to make it too short and then it didn't keep her warm on the side. So I'm taking it with me. I'm going to give it to her, we're going to check it, and then if I need to make it bigger, I will make it bigger. So that's the final thing that I have finished for 2025 so far. But I also wanted to show you what I'm working on. So for my project that I work on every evening chilling on the couch, I'm working on a shirt. You see, so it's from the Inside Crochet magazine I got in the UK. So it's this pattern here. There you go. And I'm doing it in cotton, and it's actually, I realize, very similar to this purple, but I've got that purple. I don't even remember which purple I got first, but that's the stitch that I'm doing at the moment. So this is the one panel. And I think it's super pretty. Like, I love that texture. So I'm just going to like wear like a cami or like a vest top underneath it. And I think it'll look really pretty. So I'm very chuffed with how that's coming out. And then the project that's at my desk project is my very first tapestry crochet. And so let me show you what I'm actually making. So this is for my sibling. And it's this rat wedding tapestry. I'm going to make it into a pillow. I think it's super, super cute, and it's so them. They love rats. And this is it so far. So, oh my God, that actually looks like something when I show it to you on camera. It actually looks real. So those are my little rat feet and rat tails that I've done so far. This takes me a really long time to do, and I have to untangle like every 2 rows. But yeah, you can see the beginnings of the little rat feet and the little rat tails. And that's what I'm working on at my desk on the weekends, because it takes a lot more brain power and I can't do bobbin management on my couch. But yeah, that's everything. I hope you enjoyed that. That's everything that I've crocheted so far. As I said, if you want to get something from Real Gay Crochet, the links are down below, along with my Instagram and my TikTok. I post there all the fucking time. And also my Kofi link, which is a one-time tip jar if you ever want to support my channel. But other than that, like, comment, subscribe, all of that fun stuff. And I'll check you next time.